Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Are you ready for more Attack on Titan? I know Night Fury is. Tom's here.
Dawn's here.
Kimmy here.
You forgot who she was.
No, I think you said Tom's here. I don't know. I think laugh. But yes, we're going to be watching season 3. This one says episode 40, but we're watching on Crunchyroll. It is episode 4 of season 3. And yeah, so pretty crazy politics stuff going on.
Yeah, now the show's called Attack on People, not Titans.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and we did talk about a lot of things last time, but I know you got cut off last time, Tom. Poor you. You got frozen. You were frozen in space and time. But
pretty stoic. He's just
I got transported to another dimension.
Yes, you did. And we were talking about how corrupt, again, everything is with the government and how now the military police are trying to sabotage Erwin and his scouts on what they're doing, right? Like trying to make, this murder happened because
They're not really trying to sabotage. They are sabotaging.
They are sabotaging, yeah. And they're arresting everyone and not good. But here we have Erwin, who is very honorable, and he told the family that he is going to get to the bottom of it and figure out who murdered him. And, so I think they will believe that because they were really spiteful in the beginning, which makes sense. But
right, because they only hear one side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and hearing about his father, like, he sounded like an honest man. He knew how corrupt the government was in the past, like, ongoing. Like, it's always been like this. And he was murdered for knowing the truth. And he wasn't even telling the public that. He told his son, who told the public, who told his friends. And
yes, and then they probably went home and told their parents.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
So it's terrible. It's really,
He got
really
silenced.
He got silenced. His own true, thing he shouldn't have done was tell his son. He should have told his son, "Don't tell anyone because we can get in big trouble."
Don't look like a witch.
Do I look like a witch? A good witch or a bad witch?
You also look like Dark Stitch.
I love it. Well, it's the same artist or same creator, right? Who did Stitch? Did Toothless as well. But yeah, so I think we should just get right into this episode. What do you think?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Poor Historia's past. I mean, that was just so freaking messed up.
Oh, yeah, big time. Oh, my God. How come she can even smile to this?
I know, I was going to say, how to be so nice still. It's like beyond me.
All we saw was a slice of her past.
God, that was terrible.
Is that too soon?
Wah, wah. So I'm just checking episode 341, 304. All right, so on Crunchyroll.
They're going to execute him?
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying, don't end it there. They better not, I swear to God.
Of course.
Scouts will save him.
Have to.
God,
he's in pretty deep.
Plan.
He did. It seemed too easy. Like, things are just too corrupt. You have too many people on the side of the king, of course, to keep the peace. That I'm like, there's no way. But that was a smart idea that Hanji and her fellow comrades had, to keep everyone...
Wasn't that great?
Like, watching while Flagel, like, ran in and sabotaged everyone. He was the bait, and I think that was a wonderful thing. And he actually stood up. I thought he was going to stay a coward all the way through, but he came around, and it's true. Like... I mean, I can't imagine how terrifying it is, like, if, the mafia or someone's after you, and you're like, oh, God, I'm going to have to leave the country or something, and even then, like, that's terrifying, but here, like, you have just these walls, and even though it's a big land, like, you're caged still in these walls. There's nowhere else to go. And
that's
the whole government's after
right, and the governments are the bad. The government is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I think
you don't even have anyone to help you.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think Flagel finally realized that he wasn't the only one who was betrayed by the government.
Yes.
That their own people, their own government people, are also being betrayed.
Yeah. So it's completely messed up beyond. I mean, so for them to set that trap for the people to see, and they had a lot of witnesses there, which is really good, but it still makes me worried because you have the whole government now that's been doing this to the people for so long that they're going to quiet you no matter what. So I feel like even though this was a good win for our people, like, I think it's going to be really bad.
It wasn't a war. That's right.
It's going to start
as a war. I think those two reporter guys, especially that younger guy, if they just report what just happened, even if they do get silenced, it'll still be putting it out there.
Still, yes,
So
planting
the rest of the world, the
Right.
rest of the world
Next
will still
generations.
understand what's going on.
That's
And
right.
then they might try to change that and say, oh, well, that was a conspiracy and all that. But it's hard. And that's the whole thing. It's going to be a major war within the wall soon because all these all these little battles taking place. And, like, it's going to get major. Like, I think that whole community might get wiped out. I'm hoping not. But
Right.
I hope Flagel will stay true to
tainted
his
water
word
or
now.
something. Oh, they all died.
Or a bad explosion. We had to do an operation there. Or Titan took it out.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at the scouts
Titans are
did.
gonna come
Aaron
in
did it.
now.
I don't know. Yeah, they're going to come up with some kind of excuse. So I really hope not. And I am happy there were just a lot of witnesses to see that, to really understand, because that is a really good way to have people.
But they need to spread out and spread the word.
Yeah, because it wasn't like they captured the military police chasing Flagel and tortured him to be like, tell us the truth. Like they coaxed him into talking, like they were monologuing, and they were like
the exact reversal.
Oh, thank God, I thought I was dead because you were a loose end and I missed that, and so he's just full on saying the truth because he doesn't know that it's a trap. So that was perfect.
It was great. I loved it. I love is it Hanj or Hanj?
Well, I keep saying Hanj because that's what I've been saying for a while. In the beginning, I was saying Hanji, and we're watching the Japanese version, so sometimes the pronunciation I can't hear exactly, but a few people, when they speak slower, they say Hanji.
Yes,
so
I've heard the G at the end.
Hanji.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
I absolutely love her. She's a little, she's a little rough around the edges.
She's awesome.
She
She's
gets
so
her
extreme.
point like across very swiftly.
Very passionate. And her glasses.
Yeah, she's very passionate about what she does.
I love her.
I do too.
Her.
I think she's awesome. And her glasses too, when they fog up, like either not fog up, but they like glare over or something.
They glare over, yeah.
Reflecting back.
Like
and
a mirror.
Sometimes it's like defeated, or sometimes it's like super intense, like I'm motivated. And it's just like when she was talking to Flagel and saying like, come on, you gotta like risk your life to do good.
Yeah,
and blah, blah.
like,
And he's
toughen
like,
up,
I'm
Buttercup.
not like you. And then all of a sudden she's like sweat drop, like really, and then you see the glasses fogged over, or glared over, whatever we want to call it. But yeah, so I think she's an amazing character, and she's very smart. And again, I really like her plan here on trying to have the people see how bad the
That
government
was
is.
perfect. That was just great. But I am fearful for the people.
I'm also glad that they're starting to persuade some of the military police to turn onto their side.
Yeah.
Those 2 new recruits they got now that are going to be moles.
I like them, yeah. And we've seen them a few times before, and they always like, especially Marlowe, like when he before was trying to do the right thing because the military police were doing something corrupt before, and he went up to ask why, and they beat him up or something and mocked him a while back.
Questions.
And it just belittled him and stuff. So that was like really frustrating to see, but it's always been like that. It's like really just not a good system, and so I was hoping he would join the scouts. And
I was really happy with that, and I was also happy on the other hand that Hitch said what she had to say with, you killed so many other people and we had to, we're the ones who had to haul away the corpse. Like she said her version of what happened with Erwin when he, what she saw at the end of, all the destruction that they did, all the people they killed. But I'm glad that she got that out. Like, why is she so pissed,
Yeah. And it's all manipulated, too, because they've seen certain things, and here, like, they didn't even know about Annie being a Titan.
That's right.
So it's like...
Well, the government chose not to tell them that part.
Exactly. So the information's manipulated, and then when they actually see, the rawness of it all, of all the dead bodies, it's like... you're going to believe what you hear, and you want to because like that's who your boss is too, and you're trying
so you're working for the government. You don't think that they're going to betray you when they're working for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
the government's lying to you straight to your face, and
how
you're a
devastating
soldier.
is that?
You're working for the government.
And they're like the main control of everything, of humanity in this. I'm hoping there's other, civilizations out there, that there's other maybe walls or something out there. Who knows? Or
There's
maybe
gotta be.
Can you imagine if this is like an experiment or something where it's just in this country, wherever this country is.
They're on an island?
Yeah, it's like it's on an island. Oh my God,
could
lost.
be.
Yeah, and
they saw
completely
I was having
isolated.
visions of oceans, so
yeah, and maybe
Did a
it's
plane
experiment
crash?
in everyone else's normal, like everyday life, like just like they don't have Titans. Maybe they're just all on this huge continent.
And the others
I don't
are
know.
incorporated in?
And the others are there. The others.
Yes, they're lost.
So we saw some people with hoods sneaking into the woods again at the end of the episode. So do you guys think that it's more military police coming to
I think it may be.
attack the scouts, or do you think join them?
I think it's going to be to join. I'm hoping.
I'm thinking that.
I'm
I'm
optimistic.
Yeah, hopefully
Or-
they're starting to spread rumors throughout the military police
I hope
of
so.
what actuality is.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's been going on for way too long. I mean, even for like the reporters to be like, "Oh, he's new. Don't worry about what he's saying. Like we'll say it this way, so that way there's no questions asked." And
Yeah, so he knows something's wrong, but he knows to cover it up to keep his
Yes, he knows.
life.
He knows better, so he doesn't die.
yeah, and Erwin too. Like his father getting murdered. We know he did. Like he assumes that he did because
I'm worried
of
about
the truth.
Erwin.
Me too.
Yeah,
I mean, we keep
he's
saying
the
Erwin. I
face.
think it's Arwen. That's what I keep hearing. Or Erwin. Sorry, I think it's Erwin. But,
Erwin, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really worried about him too because like he's a strong soldier as well. Fighting.
But he's also a threat to the military
He is,
police.
and he's in the worst place right now. So him asking.
Oh yeah, big time. He's right.
He's completely cut off from everybody.
Yes, and he's with the royal family, the fake royal family.
His old comrade there, though, I'm hoping that he'll change his mind because him asking questions, being like, "Oh, well, how's your family doing?"
Yes.
and stuff, and he's like, "Well, why are you
He
asking me these
he
odd
still
questions?"
cares. Yes.
So I'm kind of
But
like,
I'm wondering though if Erwin gets killed, then he might see that. Then it might actually show the other guy the light. Wow, this place really is screwed up,
I
and
really hope
maybe
he
I
doesn't
need
get
to.
killed. I hope he
Right.
tries to follow through with his family because he hasn't seen his family in a long time. So I'm thinking he asks those questions to be like, "Oh, well, something really messed up is happening with these villages where people are actually turning into Titans, dying and whatnot."
Yes, and by the way, how's your wife and kids?
Yeah, so maybe he'll check up on them and realize that, unfortunately, maybe they're not there anymore. Or he can't contact them for some odd reason, and then start to believe our Erwin. And then, I don't know. I'm hoping Erwin doesn't die because I'll be really annoyed about that.
Maybe he wasn't told the truth or something.
Right, or Aaron's using it as an excuse to, he's being, sincere about it, wants to know about his family, but also having that human side of, my deepest, my darkest time right now. Here I am going up to, I have to essentially be executed right now, but my last thoughts are about someone else, about your family. How's your family doing? Extending that, where his comrade would say, that was really thoughtful. That was really, caring. He's caring about other people and his time of dying.
Maybe what they're saying about him isn't the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering if he's going to have him, he's just implanting that to be like, oh.
Well, I definitely think he is. I mean, you start breaking him down from the inside, you get people leaving them and switching to the other side, then that's can only help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he'll wind up rescuing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so brave. I mean, he just stepped up and just said, I'm going to be the face of the Scouts, and that's it. End of story. I'm going to take, the brunt of it. And if
I don't
he
think
dies,
he's going to fold either. I think he's just going to...
he's just going to...
till the last moment. But I really hope he doesn't get executed. I'm hoping Levi and the group can... Maybe they'll get enough recruits. Maybe they'll get enough people hearing the truth and believing them into the woods to go and save Erwin, and hopefully.
Well, being where he is right now, I think he's, his time's running out. And I think the only person who's close to him right now would be Hanji.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody else is pretty far away. And they have their own mission that they're working on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It doesn't look too good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm so happy for Levi and the Scouts because even, what did Hanj say before when she was just like, we're used to not failing, but she said it in a positive way where when, things are working out for you, they just keep moving forward. And, they did lose a lot so many times, every mission that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
But look how they're doing. I mean, yes, it doesn't look great, but they're able to hold their own in the woods right now, and they're slowly getting recruits. I'm hoping that they'll be able to come back with force and, at least be able to give the government a good showdown,
Yeah, and after all these defeats, pretty much they're still a threat to the government.
Yeah.
They're still a threat. So they are still being successful, even how many defeats they did have, defeated moments they had.
Well, like Hanji said, all they know is defeat.
Right.
Everything they've done was a defeat. Even fighting the Titans.
Yeah.
They always came back battered.
Yeah, it's always been bad, but we had some hopeful moments here and there, and for them to even survive everything they went through is just insane, And here, like, again, we don't know what the government's hiding. We know we have some theories, but I'm kind of like the fact that they can actually take on Titans the way that they do as just a little person, is pretty incredible. So once they get into the royal family, I just want to know more about the royal family and why they are so important to this whole thing. I just want to know the key there. The key.
Right. Why are they hiding the race family? Is it race?
Yeah, it's like a rice race.
Race, right.
Race.
They pronounce it, what I've heard is race on here,
Okay.
but it could be rice. You can say rice. That's fine.
Okay.
Reiss. I know how to spell it.
We'll find out. Someone will tell us.
Yes, tell us, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Now, what about Kenny's last name, Ackerman?
I know.
Yeah.
Are they brothers?
I kind of feel like Kenny's...
Does she know that?
I'm assuming that Kenny is older than Levi, and he took him in almost like a father figure. So maybe that was his last name
Maybe
first.
Maybe they just grabbed it and just said, yeah, that's the name you're going to use.
But Levi's, seemed shocked about the last name thing. So I think that was always Levi's last name first. And maybe Kenny just took it just to mess with people or something. I don't know.
Maybe,
I don't think
or they share the same father.
They might be related. I don't...
Yeah, or maybe it was some kind of adopted family kind of thing, and he took the last name or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he took him in the first place, because he knew it was family, and he just never told him that.
Yeah, and he's just being a big brother, a big jerk brother.
Yeah, by almost shooting him. Yeah, you can handle this. Yeah.
Handle this. Come on.
Love ya.
Tough love.
And then Gene just being so crazy. Like Gene just trying to mess with the new recruits, or just trying to test them to see.
He's lucky that all he got hit with was a stick.
Oh, yeah.
Red joked about that. I'm
that
like, you don't know if she's going to grab a stick or something.
The knife dropped behind him.
Afterwards, after she took off for a while, he wasn't even paying attention.
I was worried about the knife too.
Yeah, me too. The knife was dropped right before she attacked.
She could have taken the stick and looked down and saw the knife and said, "Oh nope,
right,
upgrade."
Yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking. You never know.
Yeah, very lucky there. But I don't blame her, because she was defending herself. She was afraid, and she was, like, you're hearing these two different truths, and it's like, what's right, and they're the ones who are getting threatened right now. So she's just defending herself. But yeah.
No, wait a minute. We were talking about the last name for Ackerman.
Yeah.
Were you saying it's Levi?
Isn't that his last name?
Mikasa's last name is Ackerman.
Oh my God! Why am I getting the names confused? Okay.
That's why I was thinking. Like, wait a minute.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, let's.
Are you looking it up now?
I don't want to look up any.
Oh, actually, no. Levi is too.
Okay.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, now I'm all confused. Okay, I don't want to look up anything. If you guys, I don't know if you can clarify anything, or maybe. Yeah, Tom's looking up stuff, but hopefully you're not seeing any spoilers. So
I remember them saying. I remember them saying when she joined the. When she joined the cadets, they mentioned her last name as, Mikasa Ackerman.
Right? I know, because, yes, I remember that too, and that's why I'm getting confused. And then Levi, they said Levi in that same last name,
yeah.
So...
But I don't think that maybe they don't know that.
Maybe they're cousins.
Oh, crazy! So Levi...
all in the family.
Mikasa...
It's the whole family. Reunion! Maybe that's why they're all so good.
Kenny, and they're all excellent fighters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
all right.
Small community. It's not a...
Connecting the dots, guys. Connecting the dots.
We love it.
Oh my God! But yeah, that's crazy.
Look at Levi and how he talks to people. How just he's very not mono, but he's very just emotions just plain.
Yeah.
Yes.
And look at Mikasa with aside from Aaron, she kind of talks the same way.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of cold and just very flatlined and just just tells the truth. This is how it is. You don't like it? That's the way it is.
Yeah.
So they are kind of similar in a way.
Yeah,
now that I think about it, I never thought about it before until we had this revelation.
Yeah. How interesting. Now I'm like, okay, like this is, I want to know more.
Oh gosh.
So they're related possibly, and they don't know it, I guess. Because again, Levi seemed pretty like, what? That's his last name? Like, you know.
Yeah, because you guys were thinking of Levi, and I wasn't even thinking of
Yeah,
Levi. I was thinking of
Levi.
Mika-san, and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought her last name was that, so I had to double check.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, we're really good at not spoiling ourselves though, because like we don't hear anything. My nephews are like really into Attack on Titan, and they're so good at being like, "Well, what episode are you up to now?" And they don't tell me anything. They just, you know,
all the Titans are naked. Oh, spoiler!
No, but we don't know anything about it, and we don't look up anything, Tom. But I know you don't see any spoilers, right? I hope you don't.
No, I don't. That's the first time I looked at anything up for Attack on Titan.
It's terrible because sometimes when you even look up a name, my biggest thing is, and I've been lucky so far, but like after we watch something, if I look up a name just to see how to spell it, if I'm writing out a description on YouTube or on Patreon or something about a character, I'll sometimes look up the spelling just to make sure it's accurate. And when you Google it and put in so-and-so, it might say death. Or after it says death, it's like, oh crap! Like that's a spoiler. Like not every person's name. Everyone's gonna be looking if they don't know. If you guys don't know that, but yeah. So it's you have to be really careful on like what you look up. So I just depend on you guys really, just to look up anything.
Depend on you.
And I try to use my memory. I do have a decently good. I have a good memory, but
let's see if that works. Erwin.
Erwin. Yes,
we'll it, guys. Again. Maybe at the end.
Well, again, because we're reading subtitles, so my mind like wants to say it a certain way, and it's terrible. I know, but we really do try. We're not trying to be arrogant or anything about it. We really try to. We do listen to you guys. It takes us a while sometimes.
That's right. We're American, and we're a certain region of America, so everyone has so many.
We're a little slow.
No.
Some of the family is a little slow.
Sometimes jokingly, well, it's hard. Like certain names are just we don't hear them at all.
Yeah, and once you get it stuck in your head, forget it. It's
so
hard
See, the harder I think about it, the more hair I lose.
Yeah. You're like Homer Simpson, like pulling out your hair. And a big thing too that I think about is we're not watching the dub version. So a lot of people, it's like a 50-50 chance or 50% chance, you know, because when we had the polls a long time ago voting on, well, what version are we watching, guys? Are we watching the subtitle version or are we watching the dub version? And I think 55% voted on subtitles. So, and I'm sure both are very enjoyable, but it's amazing on how separate, like, how almost perfect even it is on what version's better. So when you think of dubbed, half the population, half the fans are watching dubbed, so they actually hear the dialogue, they hear how it's pronunciated, even though we do too, but it's different because it's in Japanese, so I just hear it differently.
You've just been lectured by Toothless.
No, I'm not lecturing. I'm just like, that's how I just think, you know? Because I was just like, if we watch a dub version, we would know the names better.
Yeah.
You know, that's
maybe we should watch every other episode in English.
I think that would really confuse us too much.
Huh? Who is that?
Because not only that, but you get used to the character's voice. That if we kept switching it where it was someone else, it would change my feeling on that person. Like I'm like, ooh,
yeah, I like it like this.
Yeah, I like it too. And again, I'm sure the dub is great. I heard good things about it. But this one, like, because it's so passionate, I've seen animes where the dub can be really good, but when it gets overly passionate, where people are screaming and crying, sometimes it sounds a little too much or fake to me. And that's me being vague with other animes I used to watch many, many years ago. But, you know, so with the Japanese version, because it's like the original, you know, I always hear they're usually better. So I like this because there's a lot.
You should post some pictures of your old cosplays.
You're just like into this, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it's so passionate and extreme sometimes with emotions that I like the subtitle version. So
it seems more authentic too. It is more authentic.
Yeah,
I agree.
Authentic. So until next time, guys, if you want to check out the next episode early, you can check it in the links below on our Patreon. And if you're watching on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps our channel grow. And you can also check out our new videos every day. Make our channel grow.
Right.
Love you guys so much. Be well. And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace out.